Hey adventurers, we are here today at Slide School, flat track racing, and I was a little bit late getting here. My GPS got me lost, so I'm a little bit behind, but I just wanted to say that we're heading over here to do our first thing of the day.
Obviously, we're not going to go that fast. This is home track. I might not even go that fast. But never taking the bicycle over there, and just drop that tire. So your eye should always be in that position. If you look over here, if you look at this groove, you come off the corner, you're like, oh, look at the groove. You're going to see it, and then you're going to probably run off the track over there. And it's a nice, easy drop off. Just so everybody knows. But we didn't have anybody go off it, so you guys would be the first. But you'd also notice how soon Bobby was getting his foot out when he was going down the straightaway. He's on the gas and he's getting it out. He's starting the lean angle of the bike while he's still on the gas, and then he shuts off the gas. And if you notice, he didn't pick up the gas any sooner than that apex cone, right? Kind of got in there, waited for it, and then got on the gas and drove the thing off. So obviously we're going to go a lot slower. This, I hope everybody does, even if you can ride like Bobby. I'd like everybody to go a little slower. And we'll just kind of focus on getting in, shutting off, feeling that crack on crack. You're probably going to get a little bit of a binding up right here where it feels like, oh, really, everything's getting tight. You're holding it through the corner, the leg's out, and you're looking to the left, like over top of your left hand. That's all I really want you to focus on. And like I said, I think I'm going to start you guys off on first. And if you see me going like this, I'm not telling you good job. I'm telling you to shift the motorcycle. But if you shift the motorcycle, most likely you're going fast, so you're doing a good job. So I want you guys to focus on that. Just kind of sitting on the bike properly, getting the leg out, because the leg is like your tripod. If you start to fall, it kind of picks you back up.
If you shift up, if you did say shift up, are you then downshifting?
No, we would run one gear.
Do it,
yep.
it.
But then it's going to throw you into the corner really fast, like that's what gear Bobby was running. So yeah. At first, I think I want to try it. It was something I didn't try the first group, but I think it's going to help even accelerate you guys to learn it a little even faster. So we can, when we're riding, if we catch somebody, try to just back up and then separate, and then give yourself some space so you guys can get riding a little bit more. But everybody start to feel that understanding of body position, even though we're just riding around right now. Makes sense?
The hardest part is keeping the arm up.
It's gonna be.
This is the hardest part.
I'm gonna make you drive your truck home like this. Make my students do like this. They have to stick their leg out the window when they drive. This is how you train for flat track. Leg out the window, elbows up.
Here.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, exactly. Save the energy.
Save the energy. So we gotta get you sitting forward a little bit.
Yep.
You should be no gap to that gas tank. You should be up against it. So everybody hears that. Everybody's up against that gas tank, because the faster you go, the more you're gonna be pushing the bike down. One thing I want to remind everybody, hey, just breathe. We're having fun riding motorcycles. I can feel it. It's a little tight. Everybody's a little tight right now. I can feel the energy. So try to loosen up a little bit. We're just riding motorcycles. There's plenty of space. None of us even came close to running off yet, which is good. And also we're running first gear. So once we get going a little faster, like he was just asking about reference points, you know, listen to the motorcycle. Right now for first gear, by the next session or the next session after that, we should be going down the straightaway. We progressively get on the gas, get wide open. With being first gear, we should hit the rev limiter. You guys ever hit rev limiter on a motorcycle?
Yeah.
You should do it every once in a while. Well, okay, now it's good to shut off. And then that gives you a reference point. Because when I gear a motorcycle for flat track, you know, or a race bike, we're gearing it. You know, we mess with the RPMs. We play with the RPM range. We want it to go whoop, up, up, once or twice, hit the rev limit or soft limit, and then then that's when we shut off the gas, get in the corner, pick the gas up and go. But we want to get it because we don't shift when we ride. We get one gear and that's what we stay in 95% of the time. So ideally, you want to get that thing almost to the max right at the end and then shut down. So like I said, this next session out, you know, they're not my motorcycles, they're hers. And twist the throttle until it kind of goes da, 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 and then shut down, and then we'll get you to shift. But I want you guys to feel the power getting off and the acceleration getting down the straightaway, and then that engine brake is going to help you get through the corner. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everybody, you know, I didn't pull you guys out. Usually it's like, hey, first group, we got to stop right away. Nobody's doing nothing completely wrong. Everybody looked pretty control of the motorcycle. That's what we're going to work on a little bit more. But just remember the steps. I threw so many steps at you that what we got to work on is getting your elbows up. You drop your elbows when you're riding right now.
I want to wear that too.
You're riding like
Got
this.
armor just in case.
Try to get them elbows up like they were talking about. It's the tiring thing. You know, we only got 3 hours of riding.
You're gonna get off the bike in a second.
So we gotta get the
You can just
elbows
throw 'em
up,
on the
and that's
ground.
something we're gonna have
It's
to
all
work
good.
on. Some muscles here, and then like I said, here's gonna be sore. So let's try to do everything as perfect as we can. All right, try to get elbows up, look ahead a little bit. We're gonna focus on staying away from the tires a little bit.
Last time,
Yep.
you told me to head up.
So
I just am worried about going off the top.
we got plenty of space. So with this next group out, I want you guys to do the same thing. It's little increments. We got plenty of little sessions we're gonna do in this amount of time. That we're gonna work on a bunch of things. But let's just go out and do it again. It's repetition. So over and over. Almost a little sooner too. So it definitely carries the speed. And it's going to make you work for it the rest of the day. The other way, when you're geared like that tight, It makes the bike usually handle good in the middle of the corner, but doesn't make you have to work for it. Okay. But then you're out of speed. Yeah. So it's good, but then you're out of speed and you're not going to get any faster. So, you know, if you catch yourself like, all right, I got to back it down, just downshift and just don't hold it wide open for so long. Just, okay, I'm going to back off, I'm going to work through the corner, and then I'm going to work on that. But we're going to mess with that. How'd that feel?
I wasn't in that group.
Oh, yeah, you switched. You guys all switched already?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
You guys are ready to go. All right, we're going to space out. Like I said, if you come up on somebody, you just go around them. Just give a little bit of space, but just, you know, there's plenty of track. All right? So, next group. Get everybody ready yet. Make sure you're in first gear. Alright, turn you off.
Is that recording?
It's flashing red.
Good. Thank you.
So you're going really fast, that last lap, but you're leaned over with the bike.
Okay.
And you feel the bike wanted to bounce you.
Yeah.
You got to get your body
Okay.
more to the outside and try to go faster down the straightaway. You want to shift a second, but you shouldn't be back on the gas by here.
Okay.
You just put like a crazy corner together. You went really fast, but I want to make you controlled fast.
Okay.
All right.
Fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I want you to go ride the rest of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Good job. everybody feel that last time?
Fun.
We almost went over the weeds, but we'll get that one. So
I was seeing where the limits were.
Say what?
Testing the limits.
Yeah. So what I did, I had pushed this cone out a little bit because earlier section that cone was out a little.
I gotta refine it. To shift to 2 if we hit the limiter, or stay in 1 for now?
I would still let it just rev for now.
Okay.
So it has that engine braking for you.
One?
That was better. You see how you get in there and you just control that little bit? You can give up. You can give up a half a second there, but you gain 2 seconds there because you're not going all the way out there.
Yep.
So you give up a little bit and you make up so much more.
We're reeling it in.
I have to leave this super loose so I can get a little more feel out of it. Because you're going down and just, yeah, that thing's snapping sideways. You got to be able to get it compressed and then lean the bike over. So that's what we're going to work on. Everybody's a lot farther up on the bike, and that's a big difference. Now everybody's up on the bike and you can push the bike down. So next time out, I really want you guys to focus on kind of this inside, the inside hand. When you're going down the straightaway, I'm not telling you to pull the bars, do anything like this, just as you're leaning in, try to really focus a little more pressure on this inside hand, right here. That's the only spot. And if you, I do it all the time. I go around the track and I'll run it in, especially big tracks, and you'll be like, you'll push and you'll feel the bike just turn for you, because you're just adding that little more pressure in there. So you guys get in there and you feel like things drifting a little bit, just push that inside arm out, just really focus on that's gonna save. Pushing the bike down, it just allows me to get into that motion a lot better, where it almost, I think if you start doing it, most of the time when I see people start doing that motion, they start to think about everything else. It's like the back and then they pull forward and reactions, oh, get the leg out, and they start turning into a reaction versus going on straight away, okay, what do I do next? Versus now it's back and it just pulls yourself forward and then the leg comes out and then you're on the brake and you're shutting off the gas. And you're pushing a little bit more on the inside arm. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to you too? Pushing the bike down, push it more here, it's going to allow you to move before, it's going to keep it up there. You're starting to lean over a little bit more, and he's leaning over a little bit more, it's right in that center corner. And I catch myself, and I'm like, oh wait, I got to. And then it's hard to get off the rear brake because you're stuck in this position. And it's like, I want to get on the gas, and it's like dropping down even farther. You want to focus on staying upright on that bike that little bit more. So I want everybody to kind of, we all picked it up pretty good, but try to, like, the first lap out, go down the straightaway and go, okay, I'm going to swing my leg out and drop it down. Not just take it off the peg and dangle it there. It's swing it out like that and down. All right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys aren't target yet, are you?
No.
it loads the bike. But
Thank you,
you're starting
sir.
to kind of sit there and lean, and your inside elbow's dropping a little bit, and you're getting this motion a little bit. So you start feeling the bike definitely bouncing with it. So like, you know, for example, when I'm riding a track like this, and it's coming off the corner, and the bike starts doing that, I start to squeeze my knees even more to the bike. Okay. You ever ride a horse? Anybody?
Yeah.
How would make a horse go fast?
Kick it.
Squeeze it, right? I ride a motorcycle. Come off the corner, I start getting on the gas, I'm squeezing that thing. So if that thing does anything underneath me, it starts bucking me around, I'm at least holding on to it here and let the top of my body do whatever it wants. Does that make sense? How many of you felt like you're engaged off on the motorcycle off the exit? Or you're just sitting on it? You felt like you're squeezing it or just kind of sitting on there?
A couple times, a little bit.
I'll have to notice.
Kind of squeezed back.
Never
to me,
noticed?
but-
I'll have to notice. I just feel good.
No,
Just in case.
that's the thing though. So you get faster, you just got to go more engaged here, less engaged here, and let that bike do what it wants. You know how we're talking about the bike getting sideways and doing this little thing, like getting into the corner now?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That means you're getting to that point of the bike getting loose enough that it's going to start to slide. You're right raising our knees, because if we get a little more speed there, off the exit, and a little more speed in the corner, and push the bike down, we're all about 90% of us are right there to get that bike to want to slide into the corner. Consistently, in control. I don't like any slides that aren't consistent in control. Alright?
All right.
want us to be in first gear.
Some of us can shift the second. You can shift the second if you want to try it. But like everybody else, when you shift the second, it's a big gap. So it's going to want to throw you into the corner way faster. So then everything that we're talking about, you have to do about 10 times more. Right, guys?
It's not hurting the bike to ride the limiter, is it? So we should shift the second if we're hitting
Ideally,
it?
it'll shift it. Yeah,
Okay.
ideally you would want to shift it.
All right.
I think these things can take it. When I was
Okay.
in India, we ran it for like 5 days like that because the gearing was so off. But
I redline mine all the time. It doesn't complain.
no.
Top speed 89.
You got 89?
Yep.
Yes, you're lighter.
Downhill with all fully loaded.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I hit 85.
Yeah. I just had my valves checked.
I was in the top.
Even when you were on that tug, that was hilarious.
That one I was going slow.
Yeah.
I just had my
I told the
valves.
guy, I'm like, hey, videotape me doing this, because I was doing it the whole way.
Okay.
And I'm like, shit, I don't want Bree to see me going
Yeah,
fast in
right.
this thing. We got to do it slow, guys. So,
I just had my valves done, and that made all the difference.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should ask her about that. I've been riding mine a lot. But, all right, so now he watered it a little bit. He's watering it a little bit, getting in. Gonna help a little bit.
You go. Okay. think it's in first. I was riding in second.
You're good. Chat a little bit, then we're going to do starts, and then we'll run a little bit. The traction should be better. The more we let the sun go down, the better it's going to get. So we'll let him water it. It might be a little bit then.
That is a freaking blast. This is the watering truck. This slide school is fun. I'm having the best time, for reals. I'm gonna do back here. Okay. Yeah. Track's actually pretty good. Just a little bit right there when you first turn in. So just take it easy. All right, so what I'm gonna have you guys do, obviously we're gonna go the other way, but I wanna show you the rear brake and how I don't just flip off of it. So when I rev up, I'm gonna be on top of the bike like this, let the clutch out where it starts to engage a little bit. Sometimes you'll see the bike actually squat. So if I'm on the brake and start letting the clutch out, you'll see the bike squat. And that's the same effect that as if we're going down the straightaway on the gas, when we get on the brake, you actually see the bike, you know, the bike will squat down, load, and go into the corner. So I'm gonna do that. Listen to the RPMs. I'm pretty high on the RPMs. But what I want you guys to do, even though the thing's not gonna spin up really, and wanna like try to, you know, spin the tire, I still want you to focus on trying to roll your shoulders back. Just like when I was telling you guys come off the corner and start to roll your shoulders back to get traction, and about 30% of us did, and the other 70 didn't listen to me. About 3 of you. So what I want you guys to focus is it's one of those things where you start to do that, and your shoulders back. All right. You don't have to do it right away. It can be as you get going down the straightaway, you start to just even if it's in this motion, just gassing and accelerating back. It means you're just going to get as much traction as you can, no matter what. Right. And then if you say you're on a faster bike and it started spinning, and it hooked up, you get your shoulders back and then it hooks up. Well, you can just at least pull yourself forward again. And also your foot's on the brake, so you can just control it. There's so many times that I'll be on the line, I'll be on the brake, the thing spins a little bit, so I start to get the shoulders back. Now the thing actually hooks up, and it starts to wheelie, and now I'm on the back on the brake again. You know what I mean? So it changes that quickly, especially on a flat track. So, like I said, I'm gonna do a demo for you. Cool.
Why not? You guys get back in line. Your ground's bruised. I stopped and looked. Watch it. There's a company to try. was that?
Fun.
So I'm gonna try get him the water.
The way this works, slide school is split up into 2 groups. I'm in group 2. This is group 1 right here. And this is more than likely the final session of the day because we're running out of time. I hope they'll go a little bit later. So yeah, I'll be up soon. guy's hilarious. This is our very last session. So this is it. Make or break. Go to the hospital or stay home.
Great. I'll be riding your Himalayan home.
Take good care of it. Its name is Sleet Shadowfax. Only gray wizards can ride it.
I was trying to do like an outside just...
I'm getting too deep, aren't I? Woo! That was my best yet.